Hello, good morning. My name is Gentility, and today I'm going to teach you the basic of JavaScript because I know some people are afraid to learn JavaScript. It is very easy if you understand the language from scratch. So today we are going to study on how JavaScript work. Do you understand? So now we are going to open our browser. This is VS Code. You can use VS Code to run JavaScript. You can use any IDE to run JavaScript like Notepad, Atom, and many other things. But I prefer VS Code because it is lightweight and powerful. Then we are going to examine how JavaScript work in a website. So every website have a JavaScript engine like Google Chrome and Firefox. They have JavaScript engine. So this Google Chrome have a JavaScript engine called Google V8, while Firefox have a JavaScript engine called SpiderMonkey. So whenever you run a HTML document that have JavaScript, it is this JavaScript console that will pass the code and execute the file. So now if you want to check the console of this Google V8, you are going to just right click on your mouse and click inspect. So if you click inspect, it's going to show you the console. You can see here is our console. So this is our console and this is our document. So any JavaScript code I run, it is this console that we execute it. Now let's move to our VS Code. Then first of all, we're going to create a folder in our desktop to run our first hello world in JavaScript. Now okay, let me just delete this too. Okay, I will create a folder here and write it JavaScript. Then I'm going to drag this folder to my VS Code here. I'll just drop it here. Then when I drop this folder, it is going to open for me so that I can now create a HTML document and also a JavaScript document. So this is my folder, the JavaScript folder I added here. Now I will click on this plus sign. This is adding a new file. So if I click this new file, I will just write index.html. Right, and click enter. So once I click enter, it's going to show here. And please know that you can learn JavaScript in HTML documents. So you're supposed to know the basic of HTML so that you will know how it interacts with JavaScript too. Then if you have not passed through HTML, there is one course I created for HTML beginners. You can also get it from Telegram and go through it. So in this HTML document, I'm going to create a default HTML syntax, which is exclamation mark tab. It is going to show me the default HTML document. Now you can, just like CSS, you can execute JavaScript, like you can type the code inside the body of the HTML, or you can also create a folder for it and direct the source to the name. So now it is called separation of concern, because sometimes you can have a very huge website, like the HTML document and the JavaScript is too large, so you need to have each one in its own folder. So there are two ways you can add JavaScript in a HTML document, it's either you add it in the head, that is in the head here, or in the body here. So now let me but the best practice is to add your JavaScript in the body, because if you add it in the head, before your browser will process, it's going to take like some time to process the JavaScript. But if you add it in the body, the website will load very fast and it will enhance more user experience. Now if you come to this body, let's type script. You have to open it with script. You have to open it with script. Do you see it automatically closed for me? I click enter. So it is inside here that I will write my JavaScript code, you understand, or I put it in an external file. But let us move on with the internal one first. So I'm going to write hello world in JavaScript. So if you want to write hello world in JavaScript, you just type console.log brackets single quotes hello world. Now I'm going to save this stuff here, and you know the easiest way to save is by pressing Ctrl S. So once I save, I'm going to run the program from this my folder. I'm going to use Google Chrome. So I go to open with Google Chrome. So it's going to load for me now. So you can see this hello world I run here, I'm not seeing it. The reason is because it is displaying in the console. So for me to see it, I have to right click and inspect. So once I click on that inspect, you are going to see that hello world. If I select the console here, you can see the hello world I run here. And also in this console, you can also use it for arithmetic operation or logic operation. This is the engine that is processing all the JavaScript content in your website. For instance, if you click 1 plus 1, it's going to show you 2, or 500 times 7. Automatically it will give you the answer because it is a console. So this code I wrote here is console.log. I'm telling this JavaScript to log into my console and display hello world. To log into my console and display hello world. So that is how to run hello world in JavaScript. But if you want your hello world to display in your web browser, that is here. Here is my web browser. If I want it to show here, then this is my web browser. If I want it to display here, then I will use document dot write hello world. It will now display it as a document here. So I can just come to my VS Code. If I want it to display normally, I will just enter and write document. Okay, first let me terminate. So this is how to terminate your code. Now let me just write document dot write bracket single quotes hello world. Right. Okay, Ctrl S to save, and let's reload. Ctrl R to reload, or you click on here. So let's go back to our code. That's a mistake. there's a mistake in my document, that is this document dot write hello world. Then if you run our code, reload here, you are going to see hello world here, right? So even without using the console, if you want it to display in your web browser document, this is how to do it. The hello world will display here. So now I have taught you how to display hello world in your console and in your web document. Now we're going to separate this script from this HTML and create a new folder for the JavaScript, the way we normally did in CSS, so that if we are writing the JavaScript code, you can write it in a separate place. So what I'll just do is I will go to this my Explorer and click on this new file, and I will just write it select language. I will just select JavaScript. JavaScript. So let me now save it as let me just save it as main.js. Save as main.js. main.js. So now if we click save, so you see the name have changed to main.js. This is our JavaScript, this is our HTML. So now I'm going to cut this console.log.hello world here. I'm going to cut it, right click and cut, delete this one, then come inside this script and space src. I will now type this main.js here, main.js, right? You can see it here. So here is empty, but anything I'm putting here is now reference to this my HTML. So if I Control V, if I paste the stuff I copy, that console, Control V, console.log.hello world, and save and reload this stuff, you see. If I right click to see my console, inspect, you are going to also see that hello world in the console. So this is my console. Do you see hello world? So these are the two ways to use JavaScript in a HTML. It's either you type your code in inside your HTML, or you type it as an external file and reference it to the HTML. So the next thing we are going to study now is another simple JavaScript code you can run. Is you can run like alerts. Just type alert brackets. For instance, if you want the browser to show you alert of something, or like battery low, or incorrect password, or any other thing, you can just type alert, then single quote, you tell that person invalid password, for instance, invalid password. Then, and if I save and reload the page, you are going to see that, do you see it as invalid password in the browser? Or any alert like battery low or any any other thing. For instance, I can say if I change this into battery low now, you are also going to see it as battery low, just like a notification. If I save and reload, you are going to see, do you see it? My browser says battery low, this page says battery low. So this is a very simple JavaScript code you can run in your HTML browser. Remember, I've taught you how to use JavaScript on its own and also inside HTML document. So now we're going to execute another simple JavaScript code which I can use to get like a information from a user. Like we said, the reason why you must learn JavaScript as a front-end developer is you use JavaScript to make your website interactive. A website that is interactive is dynamic, like people can purchase a product in your website, people can buy something and do many other transactions. But when your website is static, it means that once a customer log into your website, the customer will not be able to perform any action. That is why for you to be a front-end developer, after learning HTML and CSS, JavaScript is compulsory for you to learn, because it entails the behavior of your website. Now we are going to get just a username, like somebody that log into our website. The simplest way to get a username or user information with JavaScript is you can just come here and type window prompt dot prompt. So if you type window dot prompt and put this bracket here, single quotes, and now ask the person, what is your name? What is your name? Right? What is your name? And let us close and run the code. You see, if I reload, first of all, you see this battery low. Okay, what is your name? I will type gentility and click OK. So these are the simple JavaScript code you can run. It is very simple. You can practice it on your VS Code or use your phone, download SPCK editor and run it and see how it goes. So next we are going to study on how you can make this username like interact with the user. Though like my next class I'm going to teach about variable, because with this variable you can assign a value to a name or something like that. Then like you ask somebody what is your name, the person answer. In order to make the website look more interactive, you have to use variable to add value to that name. For instance, now this window prompt, for instance, I will click, let me assign a variable to this person's name. So once the person answer my name is Gentility, it is going to reply the person automatically. So I'm going to write let, we use let for variable, let name equals to, let name equals to, okay, I'm going to write that first name equals to here, Control X, Control V. So let name equals to window.prompt. What is your name? So what it means, I have assigned this any name, any answer the person reply here, I have assigned the value to name, right? So I can now just type, if the person answer my name is Gentility, I will now type hello Gentility, welcome to our training, or welcome to CSG. So if I want to reply the person, I will just write. Remember, if you want to display something in the web browser, like in the document, you use document.write. But if you want to display in the console, you use console.log. Just understand it like that. As we go, I'm going to explain it more better. So now if you come to here, you will just write document dot write bracket. Then you now write, because you have assigned this, what is their name, you have assigned this value to this name, right? So you just type hello with quotes, because it's a string. This is called a string. Hello, you put space. Then you now type the name of the person at the you now type the value, type this name, you just type it here, hello plus name plus, you put another single quote, because you want to write a string. Hello name, welcome to our training, welcome to our training, welcome to our training, right? I close. Then if I run this code now, Control S, then I will just change this alert to, for instance, I just tell the person you came late or something like that, or please log in, please log in, please log in, please log in. So if I click save and reload my page, I'm going to see please log in. The person will click OK. What is your name? I will just write Gentility. Gentility. Sorry, I made mistake here. Gentility. I will type OK. You're going to see the reply. This thing is going to show me now. Do you see? Hello Gentility, welcome to our training. Do you understand? So automatically this thing is now replying to the customer's submission. But now you see there's no space here. What I will do is just to come here and add space from this before this welcome. Right? I save. Then see. I reload. Please log in. Okay. What is your name? Gentility. I click OK. You see, hello Gentility, welcome to our training. Do you see? The person will feel, wow, so these people know my name. So that's what they call interactive. Interactivity. For you to make your website look so interactive and dynamic, you must learn JavaScript. So I'm sorry I just jumped into another topic, because this variable I use here and this this variable and string I use here is a next course I'm teaching. So please make sure that you watch my next video, but I'm going to give you a little assignment for you to write a comment in a JavaScript. You just use 2// anything you are writing, the JavaScript is not going to see it. So assignment I'm giving you is use JavaScript to welcome your customer, to get the name of your customer, and greet the customer, greet the customer, welcome to our company, welcome to our company. So you can run this code with your mobile phone. You can also run, like I said, you can use your phone. You can use your phone. This phone, you can use it to develop websites from scratch. You can use your phone to code. Just download SPCK editor and run this code. It will also run. Go to Play Store or Apple Store, download SPCK editor, or use your system, download VS Code, that is Visual Studio Code. If you are not learning programming or learning web development, don't blame anybody. You can use your phone to code. You can use your website, your laptop to code. So please, after doing this assignment, screenshot the front end. Like after running the program, screenshot it and send to me. After you send it, I will now add you in my Telegram group. Well, though that Telegram group is not a free group, you have to pay some little money before I can add you in the group. But doing this assignment will also show me that you are very serious in what you are doing. So I'd like to see you in my next class. Next class, I'm going to teach you about variable, string, and many other things. Thank you so much. Bye. From Gentility, CEO, Team CSG Tech Hub.